What what kind of gave the Raptors momentum there in the second half?
I think, we had 14 turnovers in the second half, and then, they had 12 second chance points in the second half. So the rebounding, that really gave them the opportunity. Then we turned it over. So you can't turn the basketball over and give up offensive rebounds and give yourself a chance. But our guys competed. They battled, second night of a back-to-back against a very physical and tough basketball team. Our guys competed as best as they know how in this moment.
You guys overcame that slow start. You've done that a lot throughout the course of the season. What does it say about the resilience of the team to not let a poor start kind of affect the rest of their game?
Well, this group has a great level of resiliency. But we just got to make sure we don't put ourselves behind it, starting the games. We got to make sure we come out ready to play right away, and that's on the defensive end of the floor. We started out the game exchanging baskets, and that's not the thing you want to do against a team like this.
Jalen Suggs was outstanding on both ends of the floor tonight again. What did you see out of his game?
Well, defensively, his ability to get into the basketball, he was physical. He made big plays on both ends, couple steals, charges, and then stepping into a shot with confidence, ready to knock shots down. And then his pace was really great. And that's the pace we want him to play at, under control, and also being able to make decisions.
With him, it just seems like he loves playing defense. Not every guy does. Is that one of the things you really like about him?
I love that. Our guys love that about him. We embrace what he does. Again, I said it before. If he's staying healthy, he is a first-team all-defensive guy because of the way in which he plays and the way he changes our team.
I know this game is fresh, but when you think about the season so far before the All-Star break, what would you take away from that first part of the season?
Well, the resiliency of our guys, understanding once we got healthy, you look at 5-20 to start the season, and then our guys bouncing back, and then, carrying ourselves above 500, being able to tie our defense down consistently, then offensively our ability to just continue to grow and learn and read each other as the game goes on. We got 23 games left after the break, and I think our guys are hungry to keep fighting for these spots.
Coach, yes, if you take a look in the next season, you are very talented group with so many skilled young players. I don't know what do you have to improve the most for the next season to make one more step.
Well, for the second half of the season, we'll just have to continue to grow on what we've been doing, and I think that's what our guys are figuring out down the stretch, how hard we have to play, how we have to continue to focus on the defensive side of the floor. Then offensively, just continue to do it by committee, sharing the basketball, trusting one another, and just continue to play as hard as we've been playing.
Yes. So, no, go on.
How does the addition of Jakob Poeltl make this Toronto team more difficult to defend against?
I mean, you see what he did tonight. He was a game changer, not just his offensive rebounds, but his ability to set those solid screens, and then you're navigating through how to get back in front of him, and then he does a great job of finishing at the rim. Defensively, he does a great job of playing the cat and mouse game, so you're not really able to finish at the rim, and then when you're there, he's blocking shots. So he's going to add a great piece to this team.
Coach, yes, that was last about the centers in NBA in general, because if you take a look in the top 10 in the NBA standings in centers, I mean in scoring and rebound, most of them are from Europe. Today, Poeltl has done a good demonstration. You have a good example with another big guy, with Franz Wagner. I don't know what are the keys. If in this moment maybe the center from Europe is better than the American center. I don't know. How do you explain it?
I think there's just different skill sets. I think everybody's doing different things in the way teams are approaching the way that they play. And, obviously the big guys are just, they're becoming more and more skilled. And that's not just, necessarily from Europe, but even here, the guys are just playing at such a high level. They're doing so many different things offensively and defensively.
Thank you, Coach.
Jalen, what gave the Raptors momentum there in the second half?
I think you gotta give a lot of credit to them tonight. I think they played really hard. They were crashing the glass, going for 50-50 balls, playing very physical. Just how the Toronto Raptors play. That's their identity, and I think we could have done a bit better job at matching that tonight. I think me included, especially. Trying to hit bigs, crack down, box out a bit more, kind of do a bit more in the paint to help our bigs out. But I think just a lot of credit goes to them. They played extremely hard and physical, and kind of hit us in the mouth there.
I know the loss is disappointing, but you yourself had a really strong game. What is it about your game lately that's allowing you to take the next step?
Again, I'm just trying to get back comfortable. Like I said, I think coming coming back off that long, off the injury and time away, it was a bit frustrating. I had to get some time to kind of get back into my groove. And again, like I said, find my rhythm with the team, find my flow with the team, and kind of, fit back in with the guys. And, I had it going early in the season. I felt really good, really confident about myself, and then of course that happened. So I think just trying to get back to myself, get back comfortable, and keep trying to find my rhythm and flow. But I think the guys did a great job in finding me. I got a lot of good spot up threes, some good looks. So I think the credit goes to them. But again, I just got to keep cleaning things up, keep cleaning up turnovers, which was big tonight. So still got some improving to do.
You seem to really love playing defense. Not every guy does. What is it about you on the defensive end that really makes you take pride in that?
I know that my teammates appreciate it. I know the coaching staff appreciates it, and they always tell me that it brings energy, and it's what we need, and they're always asking for it, and anything I can do to help out my teammates, make their job easier, and help us win really, and impact winning. I'm gonna do it. That calls for defense. It's something I've always taken pride in, and especially if it's asked, I'm gonna make sure it gets done. So I think just trying to stay solid and do what I can to help the squad out, to give ourselves a chance every night.
I know this game is fresh, but what would you take away from the first part of the season before the All-Star break?
We just got to close games out, and be solid in winning time. There was a couple that we kind of gave away at the end, that was just simply off our mistakes, and so I think as we continue to learn and get better and be in these close game winning moments and, in a position where, we're fighting for playoff spots, that's the next step is, winning those final 6 minutes, 3 minutes, when it gets into winning time, we close it out. But, I think, we're playing great basketball. We're playing very hard with each other. So continue to grow, continue to build on those things and, close out these last 20-something hard.
What has Jakob Poeltl made? What has he done for the Raptors,
Man.
both sides of the ball?
He's crazy. He's a force in the paint. When trying to box him out and, you can't out-jump him, and, he's really strong and physical in there. So, I think he fits what they want to do. He's a big, physical big. He's going to hit you in your mouth, and have no remorse about it, and I think I can respect that a ton. I respect that style of play, a level of physicality, and, it hurt us tonight. And also I think he did a great job in just finishing. His floaters, his putbacks. When he got his ISO post up, he did a great job tonight. So, I think continue to match his physicality. And I wish I could have done a bit more of that tonight, but he had a great game.
My question is about Franz. He's averaging stats much better stats than the last season. I don't know for you, from your point of view as his teammate, what are the keys of his performance this season?
Franz is just fine. He's been huge for us. He's steady as a rock. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. He's an extremely important part of our team. So, look, guys go through ups and downs, and guys have tough games. I played terrible last night. And I had to take it on the chin, and Franz did fine tonight. Sometimes shots don't fall, and that's fine. But the way he impacts the game, and passing the ball with his IQ and all that, it makes up for a night when shots don't fall, because that's normal in this league. So Franz is just fine. He's not doing anything. He don't need to do anything different. Him being himself and playing exactly how he's playing, is what we need from him. So he's doing just fine. We have no worries about Franz.
What do you feel like the difference was in the Raptors' defense in the first half versus the second half?
Again, I think they were just extremely physical in the second half. You know what I'm saying? They were climbing up into the ball. They were swiping, reaching. I think we kind of gave into that a bit too much, and they dictated. They dictated things on that end. And I think that's what you have to do to be a dominant defensive team is, make the other team uncomfortable. Force them into doing things that they're not really comfortable doing or they don't want to do. So I don't know. I just think they did a good job tonight in the second half and tightening up. So a lot of credit goes to them, but. Some stuff for us to clean up in that second half, and we're going to do that and get better.
Thanks, Jalen.
Wendell, what gave the Raptors momentum in that second half?
They outcompeted us on the boards. We didn't do a good job of locking in on the game plan, keeping guys like Poeltl, Siakam, mature off the glass, and that's what cost us the game tonight.
When the opponent is able to outwork you guys on the glass, is that just an effort thing, or is that more technique, or what actually goes into that?
A little bit of everything. I feel like it's understanding how guys like to crash the boards, understanding, long shots equal long rebounds. And then at the same time, it's also effort. Just locking in on the details, understanding that, the play isn't over until we secure the rebound. I think we didn't do a good job of that tonight.
You guys did overcome a slow start. You've done that for a majority of the season. Does that say something about the resilience to not let those poor starts affect you guys too much?
Yeah. I think with us being a young team, sometimes we can fall into not understanding the importance of how we start games, but our resilience, like you were saying, is what gets us back in those games. And usually going into the second quarter, third quarters, it's an even game.
Jalen Suggs was outstanding on both ends of the floor tonight. What did you like about his performance tonight, and are you seeing the growth from him that many have obviously been talking about?
He just stayed confident. He's a guy who's really hard on himself sometimes, which is understandable, with injuries, being in and out of the lineup and things like that. But I always stay on about just staying confident and staying aggressive on the offensive end and defensive end. He's one hell of a defender, and he's capable of knocking down shots, getting to the rim when he wants to. So, as a unit, as a team, we always try to preach to him, just stay aggressive. In your moments, just make or miss. Continue to take those shots.
I know this game is fresh, but what would you take away from the pre-All-Star break schedule?
I feel like we did a solid job from the beginning of the year to now on kind of changing the script of who the Orlando Magic is. I think going into the second half of the season, I think we can do a better job of locking in on game plans. Each team is different, and I think that's really all I want to take away and just continue to stay on the upward trend like we've been doing.
Thanks, Dell.